sat here trying to figure out what it was that brought Lexi and Mark together. Whatever it was, I think God was watching them and thought it was time to see that their roads intersected. Even if it was at the tin roof, which, you guys, is a local watering hole not far from here. That's where their fates were waiting for them, and their future began.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. Every day, if I have to, I'm so in love with how you think and how you feel. I started taking notes about everything you said to me the night I met you, because I didn't want to miss anything you had to say.
Mark and I met at a very classy bar in downtown Indianapolis called Tin Roof. Abby had gone to high school with Mark. He was like, oh, I went to high school with these guys. You should go talk to them, I'll introduce you.
Hadn't seen Abby in years, but she walked in with a couple girls, including Lexi, and I was like, oh, who's this girl?
Him and I just started talking and we really hit it off.
Not a big talk to a girl at a bar guy, but quickly we started talking about real things, her job, her family. We talked for over an hour.
I realized a lot of my girlfriends had left, so I was like, I'm definitely not staying here with this guy I don't know. And I just left the bar, I didn't even tell him.
So the next day, found Lexi on Instagram on Abby's latest post. Then she friended me on Facebook and I sent her a Facebook message 2 days later, asking her out.
And we had our first date like 2 weeks later, and the rest is history, pretty much.
I'm so lucky to call you my wife for the rest of my life. I promise to remind you how much joy and strength you bring to me every day. I promise to always give you the window seat on an airplane. I promise to always sleep on the side of the bed closest to the door to protect you. I promise to challenge you, support you, and be your partner in life until the day I die.
I vow to always remind you of your resourcefulness, intelligence, goodness, silliness, and loving nature every day, and all of our small ways we express our love. No matter where our life together takes us, I vow I will never be too busy to be in our happy place, cuddling on the couch in our home, inevitably watching something the other got to choose.
Your ability to be sincere, witty, compassionate, sarcastic, confident, and humble, while supporting me and challenging me at all times, makes you the perfect person for me. You truly make me a version of myself that I didn't think I was capable of.
Father and daughter relationships are very unique. The experience of raising and observing a little girl grow and mature to a successful, confident woman is absolutely transcending. Gail and I were blessed with Lexi. We were dealt perfection. Leadership is one of Lexi's strongest traits. Loyalty, talent, I can go on and on. Her dedication, her professional achievements, Lexi's great appreciation for family, and integrity. My daughter's integrity showed when she was like 4 or 5 years old. She'd put herself in timeout. I'd come home and my daughter would be in the stairwell. Gail, what's Lexi doing in the stairs? I don't know, she put herself in timeout. Why? She thinks she deserves it. Okay.
I want to cry.
Lexi is my older cousin, but I like to think of her as the big sister that I never had.
Look at you.
Look at you, I like this shirt.
I was working on the lines.
You look
on the
so
chest.
good.
Look at you. You look like an angel.
When Lexi and Mark first moved to California, I stayed with them during my spring break, and I loved every new thing that I learned about him that week. I was even jokingly calling him Dad because he had such a compassionate, encouraging, and kind-hearted thing about him. When I look at Mark and Lexi together, all I can think is how lucky any of us would be to experience the kind of love that they have, that is genuine, unconditional, and honest.
love is a state in which to be in with someone else, and maybe that's why they call it in love. How intimate it is to be in that space and to be vulnerable in front of another person. You are that person for me, and I cherish those moments without any interrupting thoughts or events that we are in that state of love. I vow to you to keep that alive in our relationship, to take those moments to be together when the busyness of each day gets to us. I feel so blessed to be yours and truly feel as though our souls were destined to meet.
We always thought that Mark's partner would be somebody that kind of leveled him out, maybe watered him down a little bit, brought him back to center. So when Mark called us up from living in Chicago and he was like, hey, I want you to come to dinner with us, I want you to meet Lexi, we were super intrigued. Dinner started out like every dinner with Mark. He was just telling story after story after story. And he gets to this story that he no longer would eat any store-bought peanut butters, or spreads, but rather that he would go to the store and buy the nuts himself, bring them home, crush them up, make his own spread, like a crazy person would do. Then I see Lexi about ready to kind of like pipe up, and I'm like, here we go. She's gonna change the subject, water him down, maybe talk about the weather, something like that. And I was dead wrong. She jumped in head first, talking about how amazing these homemade nut butters were. That Mark should talk to the grocery stores about selling them in the grocery stores. They even actually woke up next morning, went to the grocery store by our house, made the nut butter, left it in our fridge as a gift for having them over. I've never tried that nut butter.
Your unwavering confidence in our relationship has given me the confidence to dream without limits. Where will we travel to next? Where will we live? As long as I am with you, I will be overjoyed.
Lexi, you truly are the perfect match for Mark. You don't try to change him. You don't water him down. You're determined, you're animated, and you're just as fearless as he is. You are completely your own person, and you amplify the best traits that Mark has. Unlike what we assumed, you are not the yin to his yang, but more like the co-pilot on whatever wild adventure you two are taking next.